point is it's an interesting map in the pool. It's crazy. It's a bang out. It's a lot of engagements and a lot of chaos ends up happening. We see a lot of times these games end up coming down to that final hill over in the bathroom, and it's 250 to 249, 248. So it has a lot of cause for excitement. But we're starting off here. Sasky starting off good. Here, getting into the P1 here first, the solid 15-second advantage right now, but the contest is coming through from the side of Burgers. But ultimately, we're looking for that rotation over towards P2. P2 is one of those crucial hills on this map that you're looking to secure a big chunk of time for. So Sasky is doing a good job here so far, setting themselves up well for time early in P1, as well as the rotations over towards P2. But the Burgers are going to be making their way right over through the kitchen side to try to contest that.
Yeah, for the people kind of new the past couple weeks, no mini map and hard points, so apologize for that. We're going to do our best here to try to catch some rotations and whatnot with a small map. It should be fairly easy to know where players are and where they aren't. Sasky Shotgunners with 38 points on P1. Pretty good hill there. Maintaining control here in the back, not allowing those Burger players to spawn in the back, but that player does fall in the back. I believe Toich is there to continue to block those spawns. Sorry, that's not Toich. That's what are the other one? The other guy uh, is there blocking spawns. Not going to be any more anymore. But the side of Boston, pretty good P2 hold so far. We're halfway through the hill. They've done a good job of maintaining these spawns, allowing those players in the back to just kind of do whatever they want and not get into the hard point. So good timing so far. Two players are going to fall on the hill. Third player is going to fall there as the hill, make that 4. And the side of Sasky are able to get in with about 15 seconds left as we start to see this rotation towards this kitchen hill.
Yeah, kitchen is an interesting one too, where you see a lot of contests, but a lot of play for this back patio umbrella side of the map. So Helpa doing a good job helping out his team by securing that kill on the player that was umbrella, allowing his teammates to kind of flood in through the sides. That's going to allow Sasky to clean up early here into the P3. Burgers are still spawning close, and they still have a couple players left here to contest, but Sasky having a pretty good setup here so far, just needs to win some of these early gunfights to keep holding down the time, and ultimately, you're looking to prevent the Burgers from taking any routes to make their way into the bedroom side, and it looks like the Burgers are choosing to fight through the front side of this hill, but all the gunfights currently going to the favor of Sasky, so a great P3 there. They're going to rotate early now over here as well to look for these Burgers players that are coming off of rotation.
Yeah, I mean, you said kills going to the side of Sasky. I think they're just going to the side of Helpa. On an 8 streak
Yeah.
here, holding the back with what I saw was a Jackal, which is quite the play, but I tip it because he's just going to immediately die right as I say anything about him doing well. So the side of Boston, easy break there into P4 with some caster cursing there. So far, not a great start here. Lost a lot of the kitchen, lost a lot of P1. This is definitely a hill that they can bring it back, and that's what we're going to be looking for here as we see the initial gunfights going towards the side of Boston. They're still going to be spawning in the back there. Nobody's blocking. Side of Help is able to get in, gets teammated. Unfortunately, a fight coming down here towards the end. It's going to get a bit mixy here towards the back, but I believe the side of Sasky with those blessed spawns there, and they're going to be picking up some kills and some time in that hill.
Yeah, and this is just a solid spot if you're the side of Sasky, looking for these final 20 seconds, looking to just kind of get whatever you can here. Side of Boston, this is really kind of where you have to make your play to prevent Sasky from going up any higher. Looks like with this last gunfight, it is going to go to the favor of the Burgers. And, we see a lot of split rotations from Skyline. You see kind of the very similar score line, or you see one team dominate the first rotation, the second team come in and dominate the second rotation and make this map very close. So the Burgers, they're going to be looking to improve upon what they did in that first rotation and have a little bit better of a second set here. And they're off to a good start, setting up in P1 and looking for those P2 side spawns, already looking for some of these Sasky players that have made their way through.
Yeah, and I mean, key for the side of Boston, don't give up as much P1 time. I don't know what, obviously, without the mini map, it's kind of hard to tell what they were attempting to do on the map, but probably just getting mowed down as typical here in Skyline. But they really got to make something else work here on some of the other hills. They had a good P2, were able to hold, about 45 seconds the first time. So really looking, I think, for their side to clean up a little bit of that P2, clean up some of the P1. But man, the P3 kitchen was a devastator for him, so I think you got to clean that up too. But You're going to be about 20 points behind here heading into this P2. You're going to have to break it, kind of play the game of what Sasky did the first time. So these next few kills here are going to be vitally important for the side of Boston.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they don't go to the favor of Boston initially, so that's going to allow Sasky to get a little bit of a setup here. You know, they got one player up fighting towards the front side of the hill. Sketchy gets a nice kill on that player that was over towards the barbecue side. This P2 is just so hard to break because of all the different angles that you can watch from inside the hill or around the hill, but Burgers are doing a decent job of trying to make their way in here, but Sasky just playing the effective trade game are able to trade out these kills and secure really a nice chunk of time here so far on the P2. Burgers are able to find the gap through that two-piece from JJ, and that's going to allow them to have some of this time left here towards the 10-second mark. Stone is going to get taken out. Trades are going to come in from the boys, though, and it's going to be a little, back and forth here towards the scrap time, but that's going to make our rotation over here to P3 much more interesting. Neither team completely set up like Sasky was last time, so we're going to see a little bit of a mixy start here. Burgers choosing to play for the spawns towards the bedroom side and allowing one of their players to just stay towards the front side of this hill. So good start here to the P3 from the side of Burgers.
Yeah, and this is what they need. They need to have a decent kitchen here. Don't get into much of a spawn trap. You know, they're still spawning towards that stone side, C-Dom side. So still beneficial for the bathroom P4 hill. But just really controlling this is kind of what they need. They're going to continue to spawn there, even though they're going to get, pretty much squad wiped here. Boston are going to be picking up some of that time here. Or sorry, Sask going to be picking up some of that time, just expanding their lead. And this is a big 20 seconds here if they can keep this. We see some split spawns coming from the side of Boston. Someone's probably taking a route here on the side of Sasky, as we see Boston just completely spawning out. But Sasky, this is where, at this point you can win the game if you hold the P4 good enough, which is definitely possible. 58 points out of here P4. We've seen it before. So side of Sasky are not in it just yet. They're looking to get some kills around here. The side of Boston looking to make an impact here. Last player is going to fall towards that hill. So the side of the hill is going to be on the side of Sasky, with Boston needing a break real quick.
Yeah, Boston is going to need an early break here. Sasky's not going to be able to win it here on this P4, but they are going to get very close. And we see a nice little setup here. Tachi setting up in that hot tub, trying to kill these players. Off of spawn coming through the kitchen side. Oh, no, unfortunately, he's only going to be able to get some shots into those players, not able to get any kills. That's going to allow Boston to gain a little bit of presence towards the front side of this hill, but the coverage is there, so Sasky is able to trade it out. Effectively here on the P4. So another big hold from the side of Sasky, and Boston, you're at the point in this map where it's kind of perfect Call of Duty at this point in time. So they got to continue to capitalize on some of the mistakes that they've made throughout this map if they're going to want to continue to stay in it. They've had a lot of good rotations, early holds, but I think the breaks from Sasky have been one of the key things so far here in this skyline.
Oh, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. Ah, it's fine. You're down. We give him a little bit of a break here and here at the CRL. Sasky up 240 so far. They're looking to close it out here P1. They've had pretty successful P1s, and honestly, you look at the scoreboard on this game, and it's kind of gonna tell the story. The side of Sasky, it's pretty big lead so far. Last kills coming in here for a P1, but side of 230 bombs here on the side of Sasky. Other player with 23. Like it's just going to be tough for the side of Boston if you're just not picking up all the kills on the map, especially on Skyline when it's just kind of trade after trade after trade. It can be difficult here. So the side of Boston, they got 5 seconds to start to get to this rotation towards P2. Last kill comes over in P1, so this is going to be important here. For the side of Boston, we do have a player towards the front of the hill. He is going to fall, and that's going to be Sasky taking map number 1 here on Skyline.
Yeah, and Skyline's one of those maps where if you start off slow, it can be so hard to build that momentum. Other times we see teams that are able to build that momentum quickly and make the comeback kind of happen. And so after that first rotation of hills, Sasky had a decent little lead set up there, and then they just kind of kept pushing their advantage. They were winning big chunks of time on all the hills, P1, P2, P3, P4. A lot of times we see
That's going
teams
to be
that
very
kind of
important out of these two teams to see who does that. So Sasky are starting on the side of offense. It looks like they're going to be electing towards a B side hit, and the side of Boston Burgers are looking to attack towards top mid.
Yeah, Sketchy's gonna have the first gunfight here with Captain Bunkers is going to be able to win that. No immediate trade coming through, but as soon as I say that, Toch is able to get a kill of his own, and he's looking to wrap back to potentially watch the flank here. Whereas Hopa choosing to split the other side of the map. Helpa's going to get some good timing, going to get shots into both those players. So a nice two-piece from the side of Helpa. That's going to leave Stone here in a 1v3. And it potentially looked like Toch might have had an idea that he was there. And ultimately, Stone is going to get sniffed out and taken out. So Sasky are going to win on number one. And just a lot of good presence there. The nice peek from mid door to slip through to kill that player that was top open into the two-piece from Helpa with some good timing, trying to make the immediate push and flank towards the office side. So just taking advantage of the space whenever they see it, being able to capitalize there on the early B plant with all the pressure coming from the side of Boston through the middle of the map. So, good play from their side to make that choice, and then ultimately they capitalized well on top of that. So Boston are going to be looking to do a very similar thing here on their offensive round. It looks like they're also making their way towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, this is it's the optic play for water. We'll see if this Sasky read this, dude. This is always just such a interesting play here. The side of Sasky, you're gonna pretty much see nobody, and we don't see any of them, turning to recognize a water route. We see Stone pick up the first kill on that B bomb site. They're gonna know now, based on that kill cam and based on right after the at the death. Every single person's here. We do have a player set up boathouse for this like super deep flank. We have a player right outside of the garage, player looking towards mid, taking a gunfight right now. And then a player just getting kind of aggro towards that middle side. Unfortunately, they are going to get sniffed out. This player boathouse is going to be huge here, able to pick up free shots into this player into the back, and it's just going to cause some confusion for the side of Sasky as they are needing to clutch up a 2v3 here.
Yeah, Sasuke does need to clutch up a 2v3, and it does not look like they're going to be able to. Those gunfights coming in pretty immediately that we saw there. So, good bounce back run from the side of Boston. Stuff like that can go unnoticed. You're looking and you see the space on the map and you're trying to take it, and maybe you're not common with the rest of your squad. It's like, we don't see him A, we don't see him mid, we don't see him B. Where could they be? Back of their spawn AFK? Potentially taking the water route? There's always potential to have some shenanigans happen with the quad water play, but it plays out towards Boston's favor. Now Sasky, the next defensive round that they have, they're probably going to be looking for something like that. Having the potential that play is going to be there in the book from the side of the Burgers is always going to kind of be there in their minds, and eventually it's not going to happen and they're going to give it back up and you can hit it again. So some nice little mind games coming through. Sasky able to get the first blood here in round number 3 and get the bomb planted over towards the A site. And again, just taking presence on the map. Deutsch is looking to get active. He's going to get some information onto one player, but is going to get caught out by the second player running up from office. So that's going to put the favor back to the side of the Burgers. It looks like we've got Helpa and Tachi left up here in the 2v3. Shots coming down from Sketchy, able to get the first player. 18 seconds left on the bomb. Defuse is potentially going to start coming through, and then they just need to provide overwatch for this player that's on the defuse. Tachi is going to slide out, but is going to get taken out. So Burger's able to bounce back again with a nice defensive round. They're able to take their man disadvantage and turn it back into their favor, and with enough time left on the clock to get the defuse.
I think one side the Burgers are they're gonna have good retakes here in this map. We've seen Sasky both times pretty quickly rush to a bomb site and just hop right on that bomb and plant it. So the side of Boston, they either have to pick the right site, guess correctly, or they're gonna have some good retakes. I mean, 1 out of 2 so far, so good on that one. Attacking round was a kind of a trick play up their sleeves pretty early on. I think it's going to make the side of Sasky kind of wonder and think what's going to happen every single time as I believe these B players are probably going to start looking a little bit towards water here, but this presence A is going to be felt by Toich. He is going to bounce out towards that tin side. Bomb coming down here, so the side of Sasky are going to have to try their hand at a 4v4 retake.
Yeah, the 4v4 retake is going to be what's needed, but Captain Bonkers is able to help out the squad by getting an early two-piece. The Burgers follow up with one, but then another kill comes down from the side of Sasky. Now it's no luck left here close to the site, and he is going to get some unfortunate timing with the slide there and going to get taken out. So that's going to allow Sasky to even us back up here 2-2 with a nice 4v4 retake, especially by those initial kills from the side of Captain Bonkers, able to pick off two of those players playing around the bomb site.
Sorry, I'm just chewing my cold, soggy fries in the middle. Very disappointing, to be very honest. If they're going to be cold, I at least want them to be a little crispy. But unfortunately not. At least have some Freddy's fry sauce to ease it down just a little bit here. And my friend Coke Zero here on the right side. But uh, enough about my random food habits. Sasky Shotgunners again. They're going back to this thing. I think this is just how they play Search. They're gonna rush to a bomb site. They're gonna try to clear it as fast as possible, and they're gonna put that bomb down. Number 7 here in JJ is on that boat side here, so he's gonna get some info that there are players here. Unfortunately, his teammates are not going to be able to get any kills or any trades here as JJ's eventually spot out. So the side of Stone and JJ looking for a 2v4 here. Just kind of looking for some overextenders here, but the side of Sasky are just going to sit towards that bomb. And with 25 left, it's looking all but over here for the Boston Burgers unless they can make a miracle happen.
Yeah, they're going to need to get active very quickly. They are able to get one kill, but immediate trade comes through. So now Stone's left up in the 1v3. And with only 10 seconds left here on the clock, there's not a whole lot he can do. He's going to be looking for a potential kill, but is just going to get swarmed from the side of Sasky. So good, effective post plant setup there from the side of Sasky, and just with the clock winding down in the man down scenario, you got to make the play happen. You have to hope that you both can catch a player lacking, not get the immediate trade to come through, and then win the last two gunfights to get the defuse. And it just doesn't go the way of the burgers there. So Sasky is going to take our lead here in the start of this very close haciosity that we have. So now Burgers back on the offensive side. We're going to see kind of where they're going to take the bomb here, and looks like potentially just the straight A play with maybe some presence through the middle of the map to try to find the positioning to get the bomb over and planted.
Holy cow. Just died instantly there. One of their multiple players shooting him there. JJ able to pick up another kill. Bonkers and help. Kind of the two slayers on the side of Sasky are down here. It's gonna be left up to Toich and Tachi. I think maybe I'm torching that name. Play on the T words there, you know. It's okay. Nobody knows.
Yeah,
It's fine.
maybe.
It's okay. Trade coming down here for the side of JJ, able to pick up that trade there. It's going to be left in a 1v3, make that a 0v3. Side of Boston, able to tie it up once again here at threes. Offenses are going pretty good so far for both teams, able to get that bomb down, be successful, and find those kills. So I think really here it's going to be a back and forth. We might be seeing around 11. I think it's really just going to be who can make the mid-round adjustments and find a success where they haven't found it before.
Yeah, certainly. And we've seen this back and forth battle. Defensive side has been favored the last few times we've been over there, but both teams have won an offensive round as well. So it's been kind of back and forth here, and we're kind of looking for one of these two teams to potentially make a little bit of a push. Maybe win 2 rounds in a row to put them closer to that winning mark. But both teams have done well, considering this back and forth battle that we've been in. Helpa is going to be able to get a nice 2-piece sliding in early. Rest of his team is there for the follow-up. So once again, we're going to have this quick and early 1v4 scenario for the side of the Boston Burgers. So JJ going to be the last one left here. Bomb plant is going to go down on that B site, and now JJ has to be able to cover all this ground, look for all the information that he can get, and find these players one by one if he's going to want to make this round happen. Looks like he's going to start off with the offensive side. There is going to be a player here to meet him, and Captain Bonkers is going to be ready for the gunfight. So Sasky able to win that round and take their rounds back up to the 4 versus 3 scenario.
Yeah, it's looking like Sasky really is favoring that B bomb site there. They did go A kind of early on in the round or the game, I believe their second attacking round, and did not find a lot of success there on the hold after the bomb plant. So B's been looking like their place to go. Boston really haven't adapted to that. This is going to be, I believe, the second time in a row they've gone strictly B. They haven't shown anything elsewhere. So the side of Boston, I think you got to start laying a little heavy towards that B side, get ready for that attack. and just make that mid-round adjustment. Now it's going to be kind of up to them to read that if that happens or not. Helpa able to pick up the first blood towards that top hallway side, is eventually going to get traded out by Stone towards that window. So the side of Boston Burgers are back here even, but Bonkers is behind them, kind of in between these players, kind of ready to pounce once he hears a gunshot.
Yeah, he's gonna get some early shots into one of those players, but the double shell is gonna come through, and that's going to lead to him dying. So now, uh, Toich and Tachi being left here in the 2v3 scenario. Burger's potentially looking to take this bomb towards the A side. I don't know if he's gonna see all the dirt that's splattering up above him. Potentially so. I don't know for sure what the plan is here. We're waiting out the timer. They're kind of not sure where potentially the other player is, so they're kind of looking to make a rotation here. It looks like out of that A bomb site, potentially take the bomb over towards B, but they are taking the long route, so the time is going to be a factor here, and they've got to be able to find Tachi fast here in the corner, be able to pick up the kill and get the bomb planted before Toich comes over here, and that looks like exactly what they're going to do. No luck going down for the bomb plant now. Twitch coming in for the immediate trades is going to get some shots in, but the overlook is there from the side of the Burgers. So great play from their side. You know, the timing probably threw those two players for a loop. You know, they're kind of playing pretty spread and split, and you get caught off guard. You get the kill down, and then next thing you know, you're in a 1v3 scenario, and that's never a good thing to be from the side of the defensive side or the offensive side in search and destroy. So good bounce back round from them. Again, just the back and forth battle that we're seeing here on Hasi. Both teams kind of stepping up to kind of try to win this map number 2 here.
Yeah, good little play there from the side of Boston. I kind of like that wrap. The side of Sasky, we've kind of seen deeper in these S&Ds. It's not too wise to split up here 1-1 on these bomb sites. Both of these bomb sites, you want someone there to make trades for you. And we just really haven't seen that so far. Side of Sasky are going to be down a player here after the bomb plant. Twitch is looking for a route here. He's going to pick up 1. Shots into the second. It's going to be 2. It's going to give the Sasky Shotgunners the advantage here, with JJ and Stone being left in a 2v3 here with all these players on the backside rock. This is going to be a tough one for them. They're going to have to get on site. They're going to have to win some ungodly gunfights here. And unfortunately, I think they're worried about somebody office, but the side of Sasky are all just on this rock, ready to rock and roll here when these gunfights come up. Helpa able to pick up the first one. Stone coming in here for the last second kills. Able to pick up 1, shots into the second, but not any luck there. Sasky are going to bring this to game point here, getting to round number 5 first. But they are going to be on a defense, which we have not seen. I don't think we've seen a defense in a hot minute.
Well, I mean, we did see a team on defense.
A defense win.
On
a
that
defense
round.
win.
And we saw a team on defense the round before that too. You know, maybe I'm not understanding what you're going for there. I could be mistaken, but Boston here on the offensive side, offense has been doing very well here on Hasi, so they're going to be feeling decent about their chances to push this to a round 11. Looks like they are choosing to make their play over towards the A side. Stuns and nades coming through and connecting onto Sketchy there, the bomb carrier. And we're going to see that Toich is just going to back up here. He does have that submachine gun, so he's choosing to kind of play back, look for potentially the intel before his teammates are able to kind of collapse in. Captain Bonkers is going to be the first blood menace still and is able to get that for the side of the Sasky Shotgunners. Sketchy is going for that bomb plant. Bomb is going to get taken down, and he's looking to take up the space towards 10. He is going to get that information, but Toich also probably had that information back on him as well. Looks like Stone is going to get taken out single window, so now we're left up here to Sketchy and Stone in the 2v4. First gunfight coming down in the favor of Sketchy. Stone looking to follow up as well with one onto Captain Bonkers. Was it JJ? No, that's just the kill feed being glitched. Sketchy, last player left alive in the 1v1, gets gunned. Tachi is able to win that and secure map number 2 to the side of the Sasky Shotgunners.
Yeah, man, I was not looking good for the side of Boston there. JJ, I believe, able to pick up 2, kind of for himself there before unfortunately falling there at the
From
end.
their side, we know they can play Call of Duty here in the Bronze Division, so I'm excited to see what they pull together here in order to push this to a map number 4.
You know, you said something that really inspired me there. The Boston Boy or the Burger Boys.
The
I think
Burger
from here on
Boys.
out, it's no longer the Boston Burgers. It's the Burger Boys. Anytime you see
Island
these guys, unless
Boys.
it's the Boston Burgers own the right, but I think we need a little change there. Turn it into the Burger Boys. But Son of Boston Burgers started off pretty well here with a lot of kills. They are on the defensive side, so it's going to be the easier side here on protocol control. Obviously looking to get a round win here. We do see one player on A. They are going to take care of these players towards mid. Sketchy going absolutely huge. He saw some maybe half slander of his name there in the Twitch chat, and he's ready to bring it here. Boston looking like an unstoppable force. They got 45 more seconds here to lay it to the side of Sasky here in this round number 1.
Yeah, and this is how offense can feel on protocol, where you just lose those first 4 gunfights, and then you're just in the blender for the rest of the map. You're not able to make any progress until you're able to also get that 3 or 4 dead scenario. There is one player that's able to slip over towards the B site, but immediately going to get picked up by Stone there. Toich is on the flank, able to get 1 kill. Potentially trying to make some space, getting some pre-fires into this Boston Burger player that's up top. He is going to choose to jump onto the B capture point to stop this clock at 19 seconds. JJ's looking to jump down, is going to get good timing off of that stun grenade in order to kill Twitch there on the time. Little shaky gunfight coming down towards the ammo side. That's going to allow the Sasky team to make it out of their building and into the spawn, but the coverage is there from no look. Able to pick off that player that was close. Trades back and forth here on the A point, but Sasky does come out on top. 2 players still left here close. Nade's going to come in, and with only 6 seconds left here on the clock, somebody's got to touch the clock, or touch the time to stop the clock. It looks like Helpa's going to be over there on the B site, is the player that's going to be able to do that. Big 1v1 is going to take down that player as well. Stone there for the follow-up is going to get that kill. That's going to allow the Boston Burgers to win the first defensive round here with no ticks from the side of Sasky. So a great start from the Burger Boys.
I mean, that's what you're looking for if you're the Burger Boys here. You got to have a good start, and your players brought it there. We hadn't seen that at all. We haven't seen slaying at all this entire time from the Burger Boys, and this is where we see it. This is where you need to see it. Now, I mean, it's one thing to have a good defense on protocol control. Can you turn that into a good offense is really going to be the key here. It's the second step in a masterful plan for the side of the Burger Boys if they're starting this reverse sweep. You got to have this round. You got to 3-0 this map, and you got to move on to rewind hardpoint and absolutely slam these sandbaggers here in bronze.
Strong words.
They're
from the
sandbaggers too.
man.
Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. And we see an interesting play. 2 players coming down the zip. What the heck is going on
Whoa,
with
what
this
is that?
gunfight? But Helpa is able to come out on top. I really don't know what I just watched. There was a pistol. There was some sliding down. Stone is able to find that player. Another player close. He's going to get taken out as well. That's going to put Sasky in. Oh, wait, though. Sasky's on the defensive side now. So Boston has some pretty good positioning here, trying to pick up these players, but Captain Bonkers is going to get some nice kills in the spawn. But the progress is coming in towards this A point. First tick, getting close to completed progress. Sketchy able to get a big kill on time, but no one there immediately for the follow-up. JJ is here on the time. Shots into Toich, but is going to get taken out. Stone is still up here in top. Grandma's able to get 1 kill. Looking for the second player, is able to get that as well. That's going to allow one of these Boston Burger players to get on the point. Trophy system out. Some nades coming out from the sidewalk on Grandma's, but Captain Bonkers on the flank is able to get 2. Looking for the third. Not able to finish it, but his teammates are there for the cleanup. Still players on the 8-point. Stone is going to get taken out with a tick and a half of progress. Some good progression made over towards the A site. Now they have to worry about getting Bonkers out of their spawn, and he is not letting them do that right now. Winning some big 1v1 gunfights here to push this to 1v1, 1-1 here on the control.
Yeah, well, you're sitting there talking. I was watching the replay. Player dropped down the elevator shaft as the other player's roping down. That's what had happened there. Interesting play. I hadn't seen that before. I'm being told by people that Boston isn't smurfing, so I'm going to call them smurfers the rest of the broadcast. Even next match, don't care. Boston boys are Burger Boys are smurfing. We see it here. Only smurfers would be able to cap B like this and lose the gunfight there from Stone. They are 1 tick ahead, so I mean they're better offense than the side of the Sasky Shotgunners. We're not going to see anybody touch. I lied. 0.1 second, and that's going to be it. Sasky, Good defense by most means. Obviously, the one tick difference can really play a part here on who's going to get defense last round, and so it really just continues the thing here of the Burger Boys really just have to continue to slay on defense. Another 0 round would guarantee themselves defense for that round number 5 if it gets to it if they don't win. So I mean that's what you're looking for here. Same kind of defense, 0 ticks. If anything, give up 1 tick, pick up another tick on your offense, and guarantee yourself defense for round number 5. So the game is in the hands of the Burger Boys here for how they perform on a defense.
Yeah, I mean the defense is going to be key here in this map, and based off of the gunfights that we've been seeing, lots of aggression and pace from both these squads. We saw Sasky getting pretty active in the search and destroy, and Boston is definitely pushing the same pace as well, frequently. So we're seeing some early gunfights come down, early progression over towards the A site. So we see a kill come down towards mid. Stone is on the flank, able to pick off that player that is top trip. So that's going to clear off the A capture point. The rest of Sasky is off of spawn. They are going to be able to find Stone, get him out of the spawn, but Sketchy is in the spawn as well. So he's looking for these players off spawn. He's going to rotate back through for the windows. His teammates are going to be able to pick off that player as well. B capture point started with 2 players over there. 1 player goes down. Shots into the second player are going to hit, but no kills coming through. So Sketchy choosing to play from this rope and top third area is looking to try to control some space for his squad. Helpa, though, over on the A point is able to get a nice 2-piece that's going to push the progression of this first tick through. Potentially, he does win the last 1v1. So first tick of progress through on A. That's and a progress tick of progress over towards B. So Sasky off to a much better start here on their second offensive round.
Yeah, I mean this is what you need if you're at the side of Sasky. I'm trying to root for the Burger Baggers over here, trying to get to this map number 4 at least here on Rewind. A point is going to come through for the side of Sasky. They are set up kind of on a little bit of a transition towards B. We do have 1 player in JJ kind of in the spawn of the side of Sasky, but they're all just going to run through mid, have a successful spot on B here as the kills start to roll the way of the side of Burgers here as Stone picks up another one. We get Bonkers off of time there as well. So it's going to be one last player here towards the radio tower. Toich able to pick up a crucial kill there, stay alive, put some pressure on the map, but is going to jump off towards Boat. Bonkers able to pick up that kill here as well as we're going to see a reset here on B with the side of Boston Burgers needing to pick up some of these initial kills, or that zone's going to be gone.
Yeah, and some of these kills are going down. There's still 2 players left on time. Bonkers able to win another gunfight. Tick of progress is almost through, does come through. So Sasky able to have a huge offensive round win there in the 3rd round. So big plays from the side of Sasky. And this is what you see frequently on protocol, where we see 0 ticks, 1 tick, and then we see a team come out and they start off fast, able to get that A capture point, and then just immediately transition over towards the B side. And next thing you know, that lead in ticks that you had, granted it was only 1, is gone now from the side of Boston, and you have to have an equally stellar performance here on your offensive side to push this to a round number 5 that you want more than likely to be on the defensive side. So they'll need to try to change some of the things that they did on their first offensive round and look to fight back just how Sasky did in that round number 3.
Yeah, I mean, didn't have a very successful round number 1 here on offense, just like the side of Sasky did. So you're really going to need to have a good second set. Stone able to pick up that kill towards that mid gun. Players are at least out of spawn, but you do have Toich here, kind of in the rear of your spawn, able to pick you out through here. Able to pick up 1 kill towards ammo there as Tachi, I believe, is able to pick up 2, but no luck here towards midgun, able to pick up 2 of his own, so it's going to be a little bit of a reset from the lives, but Toich just kind of holding down the spawn here, the side of Boston. So this is going to get dangerous. This is where Boston, you take 2 steps and you're into a gunfight immediately. You got to start winning a lot of these and get out of your spawn. We've seen rounds turn around like this before, where they get on A and everything changes. So the side of Boston really just need to start making a good transition here, and these kills are going their way. Last player here towards midgun to put any pressure.
Yes, the pressure is going to be needed here. First tick of progress making its way through, but they are going to get taken out on the A point. JJ looking to follow up, but is going to get taken out as well. Stone on the flank again through top G's. Is going to be able to find 1 player towards mid-gun. Looking for the player on time. Is able to win that as well. Gunfights in the spawn are going towards the favor of the Burgers. Tachi is the last player left, or not, it's actually Helpa left there. Is going to get spotted as well. First tick of progress comes through. couple players left here close. That player on sidewalk is going to get taken out, so that's going to leave the player bottom G's unable to immediately contest this time. So the second tick of progress comes through. They just have to get a couple of these last kills. Captain Bonkers choosing to slide in though, is looking for these gunfights. Is not going to be able to find anybody immediately. So I'm going to believe here that Sasky is going to choose to allow this tick of progress or the A point to get captured. And now, 13-7 here on lives with only a minute left on the clock. Burgers have to make their play here pretty fast over towards the B site, and Sketchy's doing just that with a nice kill on a tower,
I mean,
potentially looking to get active into the Sasky spawn.
yeah, I mean that was 3 dead right there. We saw kind of an unfortunate teammate. These spawns are close because they're blocking that back spawn, but Sketchy's just going huge in the spawn. Able to pick up 2 there. Is going to die towards that radio side antenna. Do have a player on the point here to stop that clock. Fight's going to go the side of Sasky. Trade is able to come in, but Toich able to come up on top towards that mid gun. So the side of Sasky do have that life advantage, 5-2. Boston are going to have to make a miracle work here. 1-5. This is your season on the line here. Need to see a 1v5 here from Stone. Able to put this down to a 1v4. So we'll continue to see what happens here with 30 seconds left, but it's looking like a miracle is going to have to happen.
Yeah, and Stone potentially could make something happen here. He's going to chuck a nade, potentially give up his positioning a little bit. He's going to make his way into bottom G's or top G's. He's going to smack a door open. Now Sasky's going to know where he's at. He's going to
Oh
get one
my
player.
god!
Slides into the second one. But with 5 seconds left on the clock, he has to get over towards the site. There is a player holding him towards the window. He's going to get shots, but not going to get the kill, but he's not able to get to the
Oh my
point.
goodness.
Almost pure magic from the side of Stone there to try to keep the boys in this map. But Sasky going to come out on top with some slaying prowess once again. And they are going to be moving on to our Bronze Championship with a 3-0